what's going on? Andrew again, Ricky, Guggin, Ricky, Andrew again, Gervish. What's going on, boys? How you guys doing? Welcome back. Very crazy uptrend day in the markets here. Yesterday, we seemed like we were talking about World War III all morning, and all of a sudden, SPX is breaking new highs today. Obviously an uptrend, very hard to fight it. If you want to short, you have to wait for key resistance levels, or you have to wait for some kind of signals. This morning I did get screwed. I should have had a much better day today. I had a red day today, and actually my last now for the week I'm red because of the damn Adobe trade. But we'll go over all those trades in a bit. First, we'll just say we are in a clear uptrend. Everything is very extended, guys. I know you're watching stocks go up. I know you're seeing a lot of people call out, oh, I got 100% on this. Oh, I got 500% on this, 400% on this. Sometimes it's best just to step away. I did step away for a bit today. I seen a lot of people hitting calls. I was very tempted to jump in some calls, but then I looked at the longer term charts and they are a little bit extended. So I'm just waiting now personally for a little pullback maybe. We'll see what happens overnight, and we'll see what happens as we wrap up the earnings this week. Couple of things to note here is we are very clearly in an uptrend. Just because we are extended is not a reason to take a trade. Like I said, indicators are used to support your trade idea, not as your main trade idea. So here we are on SPY 4-hour chart. As you guys see here, since we put in that low back in July, right here, about July 14th, we started an uptrend. We took out previous high, then we put in a higher low, higher high, then we put in another higher high and another higher low, and now we're forming another higher high. So this next dip down, in my opinion, soon will be a buy as long as we stay over 4,000 now. And the market looks strong. Don't fight it. Trend is your friend until the trend bends. QQQ led the way today, completely parabolic all day. Little sell-off at the end of the day. Nothing much to worry about if you guys look at the cloud here. Yeah, this one. So barely lost a 10-minute cloud at the end of the day there. 15 minutes still well intact. After hours, we're starting to lose it. But as long as we close the 15-minute candle above there, everything is fine. Obviously, very, very strong, very hard to short. They sucked in people at the end of the day there with they had a 493 million market on close sell first, early market on close, and then they changed that to a 2.5 billion to buy. They sucked in a lot of people on a 5-minute candle right here. Same thing on SPY, same thing on QQQ, that little 5-minute candle after that market on close came, and then right after that, that was the high of the day, and they dumped it into close. End of the day, obviously, little sell-off. Let's see what we do overnight here. And ideal for the bulls is to consolidate overnight. So we're going to cool off the RSIs, and then in the morning, they're ready to rip it again. Sarmad, Amazon 145 end of the week. What's the possibility? We'll go over Amazon in a bit. I did make a mistake there yesterday. I took a small bet on Amazon and Adobe, which is why I was red today in the first place, but we'll go over that as well. IWM here, I don't look at the IWM chart a lot. There's a lot of resistance here, you guys see, but the main level I'm watching is on a rut. It's 1920. So we have room still till 1920, which is another 10 points now after that pullback, 10 points up, and I will try a short when we get to rut 1920. And if it gets through 1920, the next level is all the way up at 1947, I believe Kara told us. So I'm going to adjust that line right there. So a long way up. As you guys know, rut moves very slowly, so 1 point is a big move, and 10 points is a big move as well. If this moves up 10 points, SPX might go to 4,200. So keep that in mind as well. ES, I did have some fibs drawn out. We're just tearing through all the resistances. No chill at all. I think people are still getting squeezed out. People are still very bearish on Twitter. They're saying this is the last day. They said that yesterday. They said Tuesday was the last day. Monday was the last day. Now they're saying Wednesday is the last day. Tomorrow, if we rip again, they're going to say Thursday is the last day. And just don't fight the trend. If you're wrong, admit you're wrong. Take your loss. Change sides. Whatever. Wait for your entries and just be patient. Right now, we are in a big area of resistance, as you guys see here. Even if you scroll out all the way back from February lows were made in this area. And May, June highs were made in this area. April lows were made in this area. So a lot of supply here that we have to get through. If we do get through it, though, As T and HK have mentioned, we're probably on a straight shot, straight to the 200-day moving average, 43.37 on ES right now. If you want to check the EMA, it's probably a little bit different. Yep, 200 days at 41.83. So first resistance 41.83. 4,200 is the next one. Well, I can't even see my eyes, so tired. 41.83, 4,200 on ES. Let's see if it gets there overnight. If it does, then if we gap up tomorrow, I'm probably going to short. I'm not going to lie. If RUT gets to 1920 tomorrow, I will take that short. If we open up near here, because we are so extended. As you guys see here, this is a 10-minute chart, but if you look at 15, look at a 30, now they're starting to cool off the RSI already. If they cool it off more overnight, you can't short tomorrow morning. If they just rip it overnight, then I think there's a good chance we pull back tomorrow. Let's see what happens. UB completely screwed me up this morning. It was going down. Yields were going up. Dollar was going up. So I was leaning towards being safe. As you guys see here, this is yields. I thought we were going to get a pullback. The reason being is the last 2 weeks of downside in yields, we took that all back in 2 days. We hit the 21-day and reversed, but in the morning, we were very, very strong on yields, as you guys see here. Straight up in a line, and that's usually bad for tech. So a lot of stuff didn't match up this morning, or else I would have had a much better day to the long side, and I definitely wouldn't have been red. But it is what it is. We'll move on to next time. I'm still going to use these same indicators. If it's confusing sometimes, it's confusing sometimes. You guys see dollar here spiked up almost 30 cents in one 5-minute candle. We almost got 30-cent move up on DXY. If anyone trades Forex, you know that's a massive move. And basically a strong dollar is bad for stocks. So that's another reason why I was confused. But if you zoom out on the daily to the Bollinger Bands even, you guys see this? It touches the top, went sideways, touched the bottom, and then the next leg up. Touched the top, went sideways, touched the bottom, next leg up. Exact same thing happened. We touched the top of the Bollinger Band, reverted back to the bottom, and now we're making our way back up. So how will we react now at that middle band, which is at 106.97? So 107, we break that, we're probably heading up towards 108.65. If we do not break 107, we're probably going right back down to 105. So I'm just going to use that band from now on. That's a pretty clear picture here on the Bollinger Bands for DXY at least. Bitcoin, it is holding up very well. As you guys know, I have this very, very key level. I will not change it. A lot of people telling me different levels, whatever. I've been using this level for a long time. It's 23,950. And 23,950, you guys can see how important it is. We've been range bound below it. We rejected it in July 20th. Came back down, tested that big volume shelf, came back up, tested it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we couldn't get through 23,950. And now we're just kind of bull flagging underneath it. If we do break 23,950, this time when we go, this is proper bull consolidation, proper bull flag. Everything looks great. If we break through 23,950, I think the next stop straight is 28,640. So possible to catch a big $5,000 move on Bitcoin if we do break through this 950 level. AMD, the earnings weren't that bad. I know a lot of people asked me about them last night. I said, bro, they didn't even guide down. They were in the lower end of consensus. So say the analysts said that they're going to make $90 to $100. They said they're going to make $85 to $90. So they're still in the range. It's just lower part of the range, basically. Everything else they beat. INTC is giving them business. AMD, great company, great everything. And that was just next quarter's guidance that they guided to the lower end. For the next year, they actually raised guidance. So AMD, strong company, great CEO, everything looks great on this company. We called out the buy here at 74 when it took it out and reclaimed it right away. I think almost a lot of people took equity, or I hope so. I know Red Starburst caught some, Yush caught some, I grabbed a little bit. A lot of people grabbed AMD here. So if you're up $30 into the print, it wasn't a bad idea to take some off. But again, we rebounded right away. We only closed negative 1% yesterday. And we'll see where AMD goes from here. For now, it's just carrying along this 8 EMA. So watch that mainly. EXP, I did take a little lotto in this one based on BKNG earnings because they're both travel names. I have told you guys I'm bullish on travel right now. It's where people are spending their last dollars is on travel. And I didn't call this one out. Obviously, it's risky. I missed 2 plays yesterday that was risky, so I didn't want to call it out and make anyone else lose money, only myself. But EXP, I am bullish on for now. I think travel will be strong. As you guys see here, BKNG absolutely ripped it, up 94 points on that first candle. Reason being is BKNG options are completely unplayable. I looked at all the strikes. They're like, it was like 15 bucks for a lotto, $15 contracts for a lotto, 200 points out of the money. So I couldn't play that one. So I played EXPE, which has earnings tomorrow after hours, I thought, but I don't know why it's moving like this if it's tomorrow. I'll check that out in a bit. Airbnb should be moving on this. Well, they had earnings yesterday. They didn't move that much. Trip is also another one. So Trip a little up and a little down. Let's see where we open tomorrow. I have no idea. I have to look into the earnings. Amazon. So we're talking about Amazon here. Yesterday, Amazon tricked the shit out of me. I thought this daily chart was disgusting. Let me delete this triangle so you guys see the rectangle you can see. We had a big gap up off earnings. Earnings were okay, not bad. Cloud growth was the best thing out of the earnings. Other than that, I mean, it was a doji, and then it looked like an inverted hammer saying we're going to fill that earnings gap. And then all of a sudden, they just exploded it for 4% today. Insane move by Amazon. I was not expecting it. And now we're just clear sailing. There's nothing much here. We have a gap to fill all the way to 140. Well, I guess it's already 139.50. Another 50 cents to fill this gap. And then the 200-day. So all we have left on Amazon now, as far as if the market wants to keep going, we can go fill this gap here. With my magnet off, bruh. 140 first, and then the second level is up here at 146. So it is very possible that Amazon can go to the 200-day moving average, Sarmad, by the end of the week. If this market continues to rally as it's been rallying, I wouldn't even be surprised if Amazon was at 146.20, which is the 200-day moving average. Maybe on the weekly is a level 2, maybe. Yeah, so we got the 50-day moving average at 143 as well. So 143.27. First level 140, then 143, then 146. Tesla split vote coming tomorrow. I believe that trend line is drawn on a weekly time frame or a monthly time frame. Maybe it's weekly. So it's a candle closes on the weekly here. If we do reach this resistance here on Tesla, it's about 984. So again, that split vote comes through. I mean, that volume is dying off as we're going up. But that's for another day. If we do get that split vote and we get a rally on Tesla, I think 984 is even possible. Obviously already above all the moving averages. On the weekly, on the daily, we just crossed the 200-day moving average for the first time since all the way back here in March rally. And yeah, so 984-ish if Tesla wants to keep going this week. Again, we are very, very hot in the market right now. It's very hard for me to buy calls when we're up here. If you're not already in, like T and Yash, and they absolutely smoked this week. They crushed it. They pivoted at the right time. And they're scaling out. So basically, when you're buying new calls, they're selling you their old calls. So there's a time and a place. If there's no good trade, don't trade. Don't trade because you're bored. Here is Microsoft weekly channel. Very clear channel. I put this on the newsletter. I gave you guys the level. Cleared the level, closed above the level. If we're closing up here on Friday, I do think Microsoft has a bit more to run at least. I think Microsoft goes to 295-ish if we close above this channel on Friday. Apple, huge run as well. Even on some bad news, didn't even affect it. I mean, this is crazy here on Apple. Crazy strength. I was looking it up earlier from the all-time highs after a 6-month bear market, after people are calling for the end of the world. Apple is down only 8.9% from all-time highs. So the end of the world, like everything is ending. We're all going into debt, inflation, World War III, 6 months of bear market, and Apple is 8.9% off all-time highs. Let's see, just for fun, let's see how far SPX is, or SPY is off all-time highs here. From today, we are down 13% on SPY, and Apple is only down 8.9%. So that means Apple is a better investment than SPY. I'm just joking. But yeah, that is a crazy stat if you think about it. If you guys look at some growth names, we are down over 70% on a lot of them. Look at Twilio. This is Twilio from all-time highs. From 434 all the way down to 97. You got UPST, one of the best examples. Over $400 a share. Now we're trading at 28. So just compare Apple to these ones, and you'll realize why so many people jump in blue chips in their longer term trading portfolios instead of these kinds of names. I know these were hot shit last year. Everyone was like, oh, you got to get into UPST, like Kathy Wood, you got to get into TDoc. I think Kathy Wood's TDoc average is in the 140s, and now we're trading at 138. You got Roku, her average was in the 9. I think her average is even higher than 100, and we're trading at around 78 here. And it's just, you got to realize when you're forming a longer term portfolio, you got to know what you're invested in. And like I'm saying, it's not safe to get in Microsoft, but I mean, Microsoft looks like it's down maybe, what is it? Microsoft is down 18%, while these other names are down like God knows how much, right? So just make sure you keep that in mind when you're investing long term. Other than that, T did bring up a great point. He said if there is one more leg up on SPY, like let's say bears keep trying to attack this week, they keep getting short squeezed out. If there's another leg up, I agree with him in saying that banks might be the rotation play. This morning I had JPM on watch. It was dumping this morning while GS, WFC, and MS were all holding up. As you guys see there, right from the open we went sideways and up. JPM was dumping, so I just wanted to explain what I was saying there. I posted the chart in the chat as well. I was watching this for a reversal. I couldn't pull the trigger because of the dollar and the yields and all that stuff. But for next time, you guys know what my thought process was, and the 113s on JPM went an incredible amount today if you caught them from down around here. And if we do get another leg up, watch for tech to take a breather and banks to run and carry the SPY the next leg up. Other than that, thank you guys for attending. Good luck tomorrow.